Rajesh, please. Okay, in today's session, we are going to see the new topic is called as a self-join. Okay, the self-join is nothing but please try to listen carefully. This is we have already seen about the joins like left join, right join, and everything. So this is also the same. Okay, there is nothing like a keyword called as a self join. Okay, this is a concept which is called as a self join. Okay, there is no keyword is called as a self join and all. Please try to understand this. Okay, so self join is nothing but a table which is it is used to join the table with itself. Okay, join the table with itself. What is mean by that? What is mean by a table joined with itself? So far we have seen, for example, if I am having, we will take one example, this invoice details. Okay, so with respect to this invoice details, we have joined this invoice details with the invoice master, right? And we have joined this invoice details with the item master, right? So this is how we did so far. So this is with respect to the left join and right join. We have already seen about that, right? Left join is nothing but it will take all the, if I give the customer should be joined with the order with respect to the customer ID. Okay, customer table should be joined with the order with respect to the customer ID. By joining the customer ID in the customer table with the customer ID in the order table. So what it will do is it will take all the columns, right? It will take all the it will take all the rows, right? With respect to this ID, it will take all the rows in the left side and right side. What happened to the right side? Right side is the order table, right? It will only match the it will gets the matched column alone, right? And for the remaining, it will gives null value for the left join. Inner join both should be equal. Okay, it will exclude this 12. 12 is not present in this table, right? So it will exclude this 12 and it will match up to from 13 to 23 alone will it will come. Okay, this part alone will come with respect to the inner join, right? Inner join is nothing but we can represent it as a join. So with respect to left join, what will happen to the left join? Left join means it will gives all the rows in left and null values filled for unmatched rows in right side table. So this is how we have seen, right? Similarly, vice versa for the right right join. So right join is a vice versa of left join. What it means, it will all the rows in the, I will take everything, all the rows in the right side will come. Okay, all the rows in the right side will come. And what happened, so I will to edit, right? Okay, I will edit here. All the rows in right side table will come and the null values will be for the unmatched items in the left side table, right? So this is how we have already seen for two different tables, right? Two different tables. Okay. So join is nothing but it is an inner join. Match both sides and brings only matched rows alone. Okay. So this is with respect to two different table which we have seen, right? And one more thing is full outer join. Full outer join. It brings, so what it will do? It brings both side rows and fill null values on both side. On both side unmatched column. Unmatched rows. Right? So this is how the joins works, right? We have already seen about these things, and we have already seen many queries with respect to this, right? So this is with respect to two different tables like this, customer, order, like that, two different tables we have seen. But now we are going to see the self joining. Self join, there is no keyword which represents the self join. We are going to use the same thing, join, left join, right join, full outer join. So the same keywords we are going to use, but the difference is the customer table, right? The customer table is going to join with the customer table itself, not to some other table like order table. The order table is going to join with the order table itself, not the some other table. Okay, the order table is going to join with the order table itself. Similarly, for all the things, for all, in order to join the things, we are going to join with the same table itself. Okay, that is called as a self join. Okay, it is used to compare columns of rows with some table. So this sum table represents the same table. We use the alias name to set the difference. Okay, set the difference of the same table. Difference of same table during self join. Okay, so we compare the columns of the rows. Okay, okay, let me explain you in this way. See here, we are going to compare this. For example, if I am going to join this item master, okay, this item master with the same item master, under what case? Okay, if I'm going to compare this item group, okay, I'm going to compare the same item group with the items with respect to the rate. Like that, if I'm comparing the same, if I'm comparing the rows, okay, if I'm comparing the rows in the same table, okay, with respect to this table itself, okay. So in that case, we will use the self join. Okay, by on seeing some example, you will come to know. Okay, you will get to know the what is mean by self join and seeing some example. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I will give you exercise part related to this. We will move on to the table. Okay, where is it? Oh, we have closed it. Okay, I'm just opening the PSQL shell. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to increase the font size. Now it is visible. So you can see here we are going to connect it with our database /c nmdb class, right? So inside this class, we are having, so inside this database, yesterday we have created some tables, right? Some tables, right? Here it is. Okay, we will do some exercise related to this. Okay, select star from employee. Okay, we are having employees. Okay, we are having employee table. See here, John Smith. Okay, and you consider this John Smith, and he is a manager in that company, and his department ID is one, and his salary is something, and this manager and with respect to the manager ID, we see we can't give the same we can't give the id for the manager, right? Which means um, the manager the manager can able to manage the developer and all the other persons under him, right? So this manager id represents, okay, this manager id represents who are all the manager for this developer. Okay, so there is no manager for this particular person since he is a manager, right? Since John Smith is manager, we can't give the manager ID at this place, right? So hope you guys understood this. So for Jane Doe and Bob Johnson, who is the manager? Manager ID is one. Who is the who is having the ID as one? John Smith is having the employee ID as one. So John Smith is the manager for these two people. So this is the relationship between these three employees. Okay, this is the relationship between these three employees. And who? Okay, let me type the department also. Select star from departments. Right. See here. Here is the department. We can keep one master table for this manager also. Okay, like the department we can able to keep, and in that table you can able to mention that this is the manager. Okay, this is the manager for this department. Like that you can able to mention. So here what we did is, here we have given the employee ID as a manager ID to represent that this particular person, this 2 and 3 person who is having the manager with an ID of 1. Okay, and this one ID represents this John Smith. This, which means this John Smith is the manager for these two people, and he is and these three people are under which department? Sale department. Okay, similarly, who is the manager next? Tom Williams is the manager. Under which department? Engineering department, because the department ID is 2. Okay, and he is the manager for whom? Here is the manager ID for these two people, Mary Brown and Mike Davis, right? So 4 is nothing but we have given an employee ID as a manager ID. Okay, so here employee ID for the this particular manager is 4. Okay, he is under the manager posting, and he is taking care of these two employees, and these three are under engineering, and similarly for the marketing. So similarly for the marketing, who is the manager? Alice Lee. Alice Lee is the manager, and under Alice Lee, who are all working? Mark and Lisa are working. So for that only we have given these two 7 as a manager ID for these two people, right? And again, John Smith SJ is a manager, and nobody is under him. And again, John is a developer and is still yet to assign a manager to him. And he is under the department of 1, which is a sale department, and yet to assign the manager to him. So these values are null. So this is the relationship between these guys in this table. So now what we are going to do is, in order to achieve the self join, Okay, in order how to do the self join between these two tables. Okay, I will tell you one query. Okay, using that query, we can able to do that. So what will be the first query is we need a query to retrieve the names of employee. Okay, retrieve the names of an employees who is having the same manager, which means the Jane and Bob is having the same manager, right? 1 1. Who is number one? This John is number one. He is having the employee ID as number one. And his manager ID is one and it is assigned to these two people, right? What it means, my employee ID should be equal to the manager ID, right? So that is the condition. And if and also my employee ID should not be equal to the same employee ID. Okay, I will tell you while doing the query. Okay, why we are doing those things. Select. So I'm going to select it from the two tables, right? Two tables are not different table, the same employee, right? With by using the same employee, I'm keeping this one as a E1, right? And for the same employee, I'm keeping this one as an E2. Using alias name, I'm differentiating these two table as a different table. But actually, this is the same table. But using alias name, I'm going to differentiate in order to make a joins between these two tables, this the same table. So this is called as a self join, right? So what I need is I need E1 dot E1 E1 dot. What is the name of the, okay, here is the name of an employee name, right? Name, comma, E2 dot name. So I need an employee and a manager name, right? So, but both are in the same column, right? Both employee and manager are inside the same column, but their job title is different, right? From employee OM. So here it is, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a join. See, uh, uh, since it is a self join, I'm joining the same table with a different alias name. That's all. This is called as, this concept is called as self join. Otherwise, there is no keyword like self join and all. Okay, please don't confuse it with self join. Okay, self join means I have to put the self join, ACLF join like this. So no, it's not like that. Okay, see, here is the syntax for your reference. See, for the same table I'm using, for the same table, from table name and inner join table name, here alias name alone different. Alias name alone different. For all the joins like inner join, left join, right join, everything, if I am joining with the same table with a different alias name, then that is called a self join. Please keep this in your mind. Okay. On what condition? E1 dot manager. So what is the thing? Manager underscore ID, right? Manager underscore ID. So I'm going to join it with the E2 dot manager. E2 dot manager ID, right? And what is I need to give the condition, and if the E1 dot employee ID, what is the employee ID? Okay, here is employee underscore ID, right? Employee ID while joining these two table. Okay, while joining these two table, okay, you can see here. See, I'm going to join the customer ID with the same customer ID. Okay, sorry. see, you can see here, I'm going to join. This is called a self join, right? I'm going to join the same customer ID with this customer ID. Initially, what it will do is this this customer C1. I'm keeping it as a C1, and this as a C2. The same table with a different alias name, right? If I join like this 12 will get matched with 12. Again, 12 will get matched with 13, 12, 14, 12, 15. Like that, it will goes on. So what I need to do is I need to tell that this employee ID should not match with an employee ID of the another table. Only I'm just matching the manager ID. Okay, E2 dot employee ID. And we can do any ordering. Order by E1 dot. Okay, with respect to the manager ID, I'm just doing the order. So we will do it and let us see whether we are getting the output or not. What happened from, okay, here I have given one comma, extra comma. Okay. So you can see here, what is the name of the Bob John. Okay, we, in order to get the name, even both are a name, right? Both are the same name. Okay, so here you can see here Bob, John, and Jane. These two guys who are having the same manager, right? Can you see here, Bob and Jane? These two people are having the same manager. Similarly, Mary Brown and Mike Davis having the same manager, right? Here you can see the ID 4477, right? The Mark and Lisa is having the same manager, Alice Lee. So that is what we are getting in the output. These two guys are having the same manager. These two guys are having the same manager. These two guys are having the same manager. Okay. So what is the next thing we are going to do is, the next query is, we will write the query. Okay. We will write the question so that only it will not be confusing. Try the name of employees who is having same managers, right? So we have did this first one. Hope you guys understanding the concept. So what is mean by self join? Here I have joined, what I have joined, the employee table with the same employee table with the different alias name in order to match with the manager ID, and the employee ID should not get matched. Why? Because I have already told you, if the employee ID and employee ID is matching, for example, okay, I will I will just comment this line and execute. We can see what is going to happen. You can see here how many times it got repeated, right? So for each and everything, Bob John, all the thing got repeated, right? For each and everything, it got repeated. For 12, if to 12 is 12 and 13 is getting matched, then 12 and 13 is getting the matching things are getting repeated twice, right? So that is why we are using this condition. Okay, so hope you guys understood this. So okay, the next query we are going to do is, we can retrieve name of all the manager and what else? Okay, here is my here. Okay, under John Smith, who are all the employees working? Under Tom Williams, who are all the employees working? Right? So under Alice Lee, who are all working? So that is the list we are going to retrieve now. Okay. So retrieve the names of all manager and number of employees they are managing. Okay. So number of employees in the sense under John Smith, Jane and Bob are the two employees. So we will get two. Okay. Under Tom Williams, these two are the employees. So we will get two. So again, so like that, under each manager in all the departments, how many employees they are managing. This is the thing we are going to do it now. So select, we will keep it as an dot name as manager, right? As, so we are going to get the manager name, right? So this is nothing but an alias name. And I'm going to get the count. Count of what? Count of an employee ID, right? E dot employee ID. Okay, count of an as number of employees. Okay, number of employees. Um, from where we are going to get, from the same table, and I'm going to keep this as an E, and I'm going to join the same table, and I'm going to keep this one as an M. So this is to retrieve the manager, and this is to retrieve an employee. Okay, we are treating the same table as a different table, and we are retrieving one column and another column, and we are comparing it and producing the result. That's all. Okay, simple concept. E dot. So now I'm going to match it with the manager ID, and M dot manager ID should be equal, right? So both should be equal. Now I'm going to do the, so for each employee, right? If I'm going to count, if I'm going to get the count, then I need to get, then I need to do it for an each manager, right? For each manager, how many employees? This is the question. So now I'm going to do group by my name. Sorry, group by M dot name. Okay, this M name is nothing but a manager name. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see here. So what happened? Jane Doe, Mary Brown. Okay, this is not right. I'm going to get the count of an employee. So who is the Mark Thompson? We are having Mark Thompson. Yes, Mark Thompson. Okay, you are getting the employee's name. So who are all the employees, and number of employees are also displayed under one manager. Okay, so under this manager, Jane Doe and Bob are the two employees. So it got displayed like this, right? So here what we can do is, so count of an employee and number of employee. So some condition we are missing. So we are matching with the manager ID, and we are doing the grouping things using the M name. Okay, well, let us see. Okay, so we are matching this manager name. So this is, we are getting it as an employee name, right? as a number of employees. Okay, let me see. Okay, what are the mistakes we did? So we will move on to the next question. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to retrieve the names of employees which are having the same department. With respect to the department, we will see. Okay, with respect to the department, what are all the departments we are having? We are having sale, engineering, and marketing, right? We are having sale, engineering, and marketing. These are all the departments. So what we need is we are going to fetch all the employees name who is having the same department with their manager name. Okay, so in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this same employee table with an employee table, and I'm going to join with an department. Okay, so this is the one which we are going to do. Let us see. Select. So we will keep it as an employee, same. Okay, from the employee. So let it be the same. Okay, I'm going to retrieve the name of an employees, comma, and I'm going to retrieve it as a manager name. Right. In order to do that, I'm going to join it with a manager. Right. On manager ID, the same thing. Right. The same thing is going to repeat here. And m dot name, same name, but with the as a manager name. Manager name. Right. So from employee, here is the same table which I have joined with the same table with a different alias name, and the manager ID should be equal to the manager ID. So in this table, the manager ID should be equal to this employee who are having the same manager ID. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give some condition where e dot department ID, it should be equal to m dot department ID. Okay. Okay. So this should work. Let us see. If we have any errors, we will try to clear. Okay. What is happening? Okay, there's some references wrong. It's telling that some reference is wrong. E dot m dot department ID. Um, Spelling of the department. We will see. Department does not exist. Okay, MENT, right? MA, I have it as an MENT, right? So this is the department. So yes, we got it. So we have displayed the name and manager name who are all having in the, so this Joe Day, Jane Doe, and these are the person who are in the same department, and these are all the person who are in the same department, and these are all the person who are in the same department. So with their manager names. Okay, so that's all about. Okay, we will do some exercises and MCQs with respect to the self join. Okay, we will try to do some exercises with respect to this invoice detail table. Okay, so let me stop the screen share and we will do some exercises, and hope the time we are having some more time, I think. Let us see. I'm taking the exercise questions to you. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So for this question, okay, we did some mistake with respect to this question, right? So this is with respect to the employee, I think. We will try to change this. We are going to compare the employee ID with the manager ID, right? So that is how it should work. Now you can see what is our question. You have to retrieve the names of all manager and number of employees they are managing. So what mistake we did is we compared the manager ID with the manager ID. So that is wrong, right? So what we need to do, we have to compare the manager ID with the employee ID. So hope you guys getting my point. See here, if I join this table with the same table, okay, I need to come in order to get this manager, right? This manager ID, this manager ID is 1. I need to compare it with the manager ID, right? This manager ID is 1, which is nothing but his employee ID. So I need to compare this employee ID of this particular manager with this manager ID only, so that only I can able to get how many employees are under this. So Jane and Bob are the employees who is under John Smith. So we are having 2 employees. Here it will match like this. One get matched with this, and another time one matched with this. And by using the count, right, we have did the group by. So using the group by and count, we are getting it as a 2 as a count. So that is the mistake we did, right? Hope you guys understood this. So here is that mistake, right? So we have compared it with the manager ID with an employee ID. Okay. So we are getting all the manager names with the number of employees they are managing. Okay. So we have completed some queries with respect to the self join, right? We have completed these queries with respect to the self join. And we will see some more queries with respect to the invoice details tables. Okay, I'll give it as an exercise to you. Try to complete the exercise. If you are unable to complete, please let me know. I will give you the answers now. Okay, I will give you the 2 questions. I'll stop the screen share and I'll put it in the chat box. Okay, I'll put it in the chat box. I'll just try to stop the screen share. I'll give the questions related to the before that I will give some MCQ to post with respect to the self join. Okay, Rajesh, can you please post the MCQs, all questions?
Yes, ma'am.